Ah, the charming streets of Salem, where the only thing thicker than the fog is the mystery, and maybe the blood. If you dare to discover what lurks in the shadows, click the subscribe button and ring the bell like it's the last hour of the witching night. Prepare yourself for the blood of Salem. When Ethan Hadley crossed the creaking iron-bound gates into Salem village, a wave of nostalgia swept over him like the fog that hugged the ground of the surrounding marshes. The village, still a portrait of the past, with its cobblestone streets and colonial architecture, whispered stories which, as a boy, Ethan had believed were just old wives' tales. As a moderately successful horror novelist, he craved the quiet, the simplicity of the village to bleed his thoughts onto the pages of his next novel. The crisp fall air and the crunch of leaves underfoot promised a refuge from the clamor of the city. His intention was as clear as the histories he aimed to explore. Salem's past was marred by trials and executions, by fear and superstition, and it was within this dark tapestry that Ethan sought threads to weave his next chilling narrative. His first visit was to the town's historic library, a building as ancient as the myths surrounding the village. The tomes within were thick with dust and secrets, and the librarian, Miss Abigail, with her ghostly pallor and eyes that seemed too accustomed to the dark, was a novel unto herself. As Ethan scoured through the records, discrepancies leaped at him from the pages like specters. Names recurred over centuries, ages stretched beyond the span of human life, and one lineage rose above the rest, its roots deep and twisted through Salem's heart. Miss Abigail watched him, her gaze unsettling, as if she could read the horror growing in his mind. The quaintness of Salem's days gave way to the unease of its nights. Ethan's sleep was broken by whispers in the dark, by shadows that moved against the logic of the moonlight. It was Jeremiah, a recluse regarded by the town as a madman, who found Ethan and poured into his ear the real history of Salem, a tale not of witches, but of vampires. They were the true legacy of the trials, he said, not the persecuted, but the persecutors, immortal and insatiable. Jeremiah's ravings led Ethan to the discovery of a crypt beneath the old church, where the records of a vampiric aristocracy were kept. Names he recognized from the town council, from his childhood, even from the library, were listed there, their lineage unbroken since Salem's foundation. A curse, Jeremiah insisted, held the town in thrall, fed by the blood of the unsuspecting. The price of Ethan's knowledge was steep. Confronted by Miss Abigail, her visage twisted by the darkness she harbored, he was presented with a grim choice: silence and survival, or the truth and its dire consequences. Ethan chose the latter, encoding the vampiric genealogy within the guise of his novel, a supposed work of fiction that he sent to his publisher and media, unaware that the tendrils of the undead reached far beyond Salem. His novel, The Blood of Salem, became a bestseller, celebrated as a chilling blend of historical fiction and horror. Yet the vampires moved unseen, twisting the narrative through their influence. Ethan was discredited, his discoveries dismissed as the ramblings of a disturbed mind, and he himself disappeared without a trace. But his book, filled with encoded truths, remained, a testament to the darkness that lurked in the heart of Salem. A fable to some, a warning to others, it waited on shelves and in the minds of the discerning, for those who could look beyond the veil of fiction and see the reality of the curse. And somewhere in the night, the cycle prepared to begin anew, for the blood of Salem was patient and as undying as the creatures it sustained. Well, wasn't that a tale that could chill the blood in your veins, or at least make it run cold for a spell? Leave us a comment with your most haunting thoughts about Ethan's eerie escapade. Fright fans, click next for more chills and hit subscribe to join our ghastly gang. You see, who dares to miss out, so watch our next video.